Hello and welcome to St Mary's Church praise and prayer session for families. It's great that you've joined us. Today is part of our big prophecy day and prayer day where we are really trying to listen to God. Now, one thing that helps us listen to God is actually worshipping him first. So we're going to do a song together to get us in the mood, to get us really focusing on how awesome God is. So I've got a helper here.
Hello.
Going to do some actions. Okay, here we go. This is a song you should all know. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe, and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me, and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe, and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me, and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. 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 Woohoo! So today we're going to spend a little bit of time listening to God. Now, sometimes I think our lives can be so busy, or maybe we'll be really tired, and actually we don't quite know how we're going to listen to God. Well, don't worry, don't panic. I am here to help you. So we've just spent some time worshipping, and actually the other thing that it's really, really good to do before we try and spend some time listening to God is maybe spend some time reading his word. So we're going to look at a story, and then I'm going to take you through a guided thing to listen and help you listen to God. Now, if you're like me, I always like to be comfortable when I am reading a story. So I have got my cushions. Here we go. You might want to put your cushion behind your back. Oh, that looks lovely. Okay. And sorry, my paper is just falling down. Put your cushion behind your back. You might want to get a blanket. Look, I've got this really big snuggly blanket that my nana made me when I was 18 years old. It's got a few holes in it, but it's still there. And that'll keep me nice and warm and snuggly. It might be that you want to lie down. You might want to sit up. It's completely up to you. Anywhere you can be to get really comfortable so you can have some time with Jesus. So the story we're going to look at today is called Filled Full. And you might already know this story really well. But the great thing about the Bible is that it doesn't matter how well we know the stories. God can always speak to us and always teach us something every time we read it. So here's the story. Hopefully you can see the pictures. There were once 5,000 tired and hungry and probably very grumpy people sitting on a hillside wanting their dinner. They'd come to hear Jesus that day. They came before breakfast, stayed all morning, all afternoon, and way past dinner. No one had meant to be out there for that long, but that's how it was listening to Jesus.
as if time didn't exist. People could listen to Jesus for hours. And on this particular day, that's just what they did. But they hadn't brought enough food, and they couldn't just go and buy themselves a burger and fries to go because, of course, they were in the middle of nowhere with no shops or restaurants. Besides, that kind of food wasn't invented yet. What would they do? Jesus' friends had an idea. Let's send everyone home for dinner. They don't need to go, Jesus said. Well, you can give them something to eat. Did Jesus want them to travel all the way to town and buy food for everyone? Jesus' friends panicked. But we don't have enough money. Well, what food do you have? Jesus asked. Go and see. Now, there was a little boy in the crowd. He had bought a lunch that his mother had made for him that morning. He looked at his 5 loaves and 2 fish. It wasn't much, not nearly enough for 5,000, but it was all he had. I have some, he said. Jesus' friends laughed when they saw his little lunch. That's not nearly enough, they said. But they were wrong. Jesus knew it didn't matter how much the little boy had. God would make it enough, more than enough. Jesus said, "Bring me what you have." And so the little boy gave Jesus his lunch. Jesus winked at the little boy and whispered in his ear, "Watch." How in the world will Jesus feed everyone with just that? Jesus' friends said, because they thought it was impossible. But Jesus knew the one who made all the fish in the oceans, and Jesus knew the one who in the very beginning had made everything out of nothing at all. How hard would something like this be for someone like that? Jesus took the little boy's lunch. He looked up to heaven and he thanked his Father. Then Jesus gave the little lunch back to his friends. As Jesus' friends started to hand out the food, do you know what? It was the strangest thing. No matter how much they broke off, there was always more, and more, and more. Enough for 5,000. Everyone ate as much as they wanted, 2nd helpings, 3rd helpings, even 4ths, until they were full, and still there were leftovers. Well, Jesus did many miracles like this. Things people thought couldn't happen, things that weren't natural. But it was the most natural thing in all the world. It's what God has been doing from the beginning, of course. Taking the nothing and making it everything. Taking the emptiness and filling it up. Taking the darkness and making it light. I love that story. And we're going to spend a bit of time chatting to Jesus and seeing if he has anything to say to us. Now, if you don't already, you may want to get a paper and a pen or some colouring pencils because Jesus talks to us in very different ways. Sometimes he might just put a word in our head. Or maybe he'll put a Bible story or a Bible verse into your head. Sometimes he puts a song into our heads. Sometimes he gives us pictures that we might want to draw. And sometimes those pictures are quite difficult to understand. But that's okay, because God gives all of us different gifts. And some of us are really good at getting pictures from God. And some of us are really good at understanding pictures from God. And that's why it's really important to share your words and your pictures that you get from Jesus. Because as a church family, we can help each other understand what God is trying to tell us. It might be that actually you just get a feeling. Sometimes people get tingly feelings in their body when they're talking to Jesus. And that's just the Holy Spirit reminding you that he is there, looking after you, giving you power to listen to Jesus even more. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to close our eyes and I'm going to start a bit of a story. and then I'm going to give you some time just to listen to what Jesus has to say. After that, I'm going to play a song. This song you can join in with if you want to, but I'm not going to put the words up on the screen. The aim of this song is for you just to have a little bit more time listening to Jesus. But sometimes we struggle to do that in complete silence, and actually it helps having something going on in the background. And when I finish, I'll say a prayer at the end. And then after that, you can share whatever Jesus had said to you with the people around you. And after praying and chatting with each other, maybe you'd like to send it into church to help the church leadership hear what you think God has been saying. So get really comfy and close your eyes. We have just had a story all about Jesus feeding all those people. I want you to imagine that you were there. You were there in the crowd, watching, listening to Jesus, and then watching this amazing miracle happen. You had some of that tasty bread. You ate some of that fish. You ate and ate until you were really, really full and you didn't need any more. And now the crowd is starting to go. You don't really want to go yet, but equally you know it's going to get dark soon. So you just walk a little bit away and you sit down somewhere on the grass maybe, or on a rock. Imagine what it feels like. What can you hear? And as you're sitting there, you suddenly see Jesus walking towards you. He's not running, he's not going really slowly, he's just walking towards you. And he comes down and he sits next to you. What questions would you like to ask him while he's sitting, just the two of you now? And what answers does Jesus give? What answers does Jesus give to your questions? Just listen to him. And then ask Jesus, is there anything else he wants to tell you? Anything else that he wants to say to you, or indeed to your family, or maybe even to the whole of St. Mary's Church? Just listen. What does he tell you? Jesus says that it's time to go, just for now. So you give him a massive hug. Oh, Jesus gives the best hugs. And Jesus reminds you that he's always with you through his Holy Spirit. And you can talk to him anytime. And Jesus walks and goes and talks to somebody else. But you decide to stay where you're sitting for a bit. And just think a little bit more. And just see if there's anything else that God wants to say to you while I play this song. Don't know why I run away and fight your loving arms. Keep you at a distance when I need you in my heart. Oh, take my hand and lead me home. Will you be my shepherd, Father? Will you keep me close? You're the only pasture where my soul can truly grow. Oh, take my hand and lead me home. the sunshine or the snow. Oh, take my hand and lead me home. I need to know you, I need to know you so much more. Like the desert needs the rain, I need to know you, I need to know you, oh my Lord. Come and fill me up again, I need to know you. Closer and closer, Lord. When I'm feeling lonely, Lord, I know I'm not alone. You were right beside me in the sunshine or the snow. Oh, take my hand and lead me home. Yes. Oh, take my hand and lead me home. Jesus, thank you that you want to talk to us. Help us to listen, not just today, but every day of our lives. Thank you that we have your Bible and that we have the Spirit working in our hearts. Help us as we chat now with each other to share what you have spoken to us. Help us to understand it and help us to share it well. Amen. I cannot wait to hear all the things that God has been speaking to you about. Please do share, and please also look at the really helpful resources that Anne put together to further pray for our church. Looking forward to seeing you online soon. Bye.